Hi, welcome back to another video. We've all been seeing cases in the news where a person with COVID is fine in the morning and he's either severely ill or unfortunately dead by the same evening. But why are sudden deaths happening in COVID and what can you do to prevent them? That's what I'll be discussing in this video. Now, the point of this video is not to scare you about some dangerous medical event, but to educate you about it because someday, for some people, it might be literally the difference between life and death. Before we begin, my name is Ajay. I'm a doctor working in Bangalore, and this channel is where I discuss health, lifestyle, and a bit of medical entertainment. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and click on the bell icon. Helps me grow the channel. And let's get to the topic at hand. Now, these sudden unexplained deaths are due to a weird phenomenon called asymptomatic hypoxia or happy hypoxia. It's called that way because people are comfortable and relaxed even with very low oxygen levels in their blood. You see, in lung diseases like say bacterial pneumonia, when the oxygen saturation levels decreases, a person becomes deeply uncomfortable with their breathing. Their breathing rate rises, they have to put more effort into breathing, and this will make them, to seek medical attention. But weirdly, in COVID, this is not happening. Mildly symptomatic patients with COVID are feeling comfortable even with oxygen saturation levels of 70%, 60%, and sometimes even 50%. The normal levels, by the way, are 95% plus, so it should be greater than 95%. And any saturation less than 85% or 80% almost always causes respiratory distress, but this is not happening in COVID. So why are people comfortable with even such low oxygen levels in blood? Well, it has been observed in COVID patients that the carbon dioxide levels in the blood remains around normal even with severely low oxygen levels. Unlike in other respiratory diseases where a low oxygen level is usually accompanied by a high carbon dioxide levels. Now, our brains can't sense blood oxygen levels pretty well. What our brain senses is the blood carbon dioxide levels. So if a blood carbon dioxide levels goes up, the brain starts to think there's something wrong with the lungs and it starts to, take more air in, breathe faster, etc. And that's what causes respiratory distress. Now, the fact that the carbon dioxide levels remain around normal in COVID means that our brain doesn't sense there's something wrong with the lung. For the brain, it's business as usual. All that is fine, but why doesn't carbon dioxide levels go up in COVID? Well, nobody's exactly sure why, but there are some recent studies and newer evidence that's coming out which point out that blood clots formed in various organs like lungs and brains and other internal organs may be playing a bigger role than the actual damage caused by the virus itself. Now, there might be very small clots formed in the vasculature, that is the blood vessels of the lungs, and these clots may be impeding blood flow in such a way that oxygen exchange in the lung is not happening and somehow the carbon dioxide levels are remaining constant. So what this means to a patient with COVID is that even with the low oxygen saturation levels of 60%, 70%, he doesn't seek medical help because he feels fine. But later in the day, as the disease progresses and the saturation drops to say 50% or 40%, and the lung damage gets to such an extent when the carbon dioxide levels also start to rise, and at this time he starts to have respiratory distress. But it's very easy to go downhill from this point and death can occur within a few hours. Now that you have a fair idea about what happy hypoxia is and why sudden deaths are happening in COVID, let's see what you can do to prevent this just sitting at home. Now, these tips and measures have to be done by a patient who is either COVID positive or is suspected to have COVID. But it is very important for everyone to know these because, God forbid, touch wood, if someone or if yourself get the infection, this might literally save their or your life. Point number 1, saturation monitoring at home with pulse oximeters. Fortunately, we don't need any big medical gadgets to, monitor our blood oxygen levels at home. This can be done by very simple instruments called pulse oximeters. These cost around 1000 rupees to 2000, 3000 rupees. And these are cheap and very effective. I'll link a few in the description down below. This monitoring of coronavirus is very important, especially if you're a coronavirus positive patient and you're asymptomatic or for some reason you're asked to stay at home. Because in the hospital, they'll be doing this every day. So that's not something to worry about. But if you're at home, what you need to do is check your oxygen saturation levels once in the morning and once at night. If your saturation is more than 95%, just chill and watch Netflix or Netflix and chill, whatever you like to do. However, if it's less than 93%, check it again immediately and after 10 minutes to confirm the reading. If it's less than 93%, please consult your doctor. Now, how to check if your nails are painted? Please remove the paint first, put it on one of your fingers, switch it on and wait for 10 to 20 seconds and voila, there it is. Point number 2, sleeping on your belly. If you have coronavirus and if you are staying at home, it would be a very good idea to sleep on your belly at night. What this does is that it helps the lower lobes of your lung expand so that you can take more air in, and that prevents oxygen levels from falling. This is being used on all ventilated patients in the hospitals, and this is something you can do at home as well to prevent oxygen levels from falling at night when you're sleeping. Point number 3, do not hesitate to seek medical help if you feel sick. A lot of people delay going to the hospital till they are very sick. How well and how early someone recovers from coronavirus depends in most instances on how early he went to the hospital, what condition he went to the hospital with. There are quite few reasons why people delay going to the hospitals. First, they are really afraid of the virus. They just don't want to hear that they have it even though they have it. Another reason is the stigma associated with a communicable disease like this. Look, what matters is your health and whether you are staying alive. What your neighbor or your friend thinks or talks about you doesn't really matter if you're dead. So go meet a doctor if you're sick. It might just literally save your life. On that note, this was all about that weird phenomenon and how to tackle it. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and please share it with your friends and family so that they know about this very important but easily preventable cause of death in COVID. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time to subscribe. Go on. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.